I'm David Bloomberg, and this is a mini Why Blank Lost for the 20th player eliminated from Australian Survivor Heroes vs. Villains.
Nina, the tribe has spoken.
They have.
We didn't see a lot of Nina in the early game, but by mid-game it seemed like her tightest ally was David, and she was mostly aligned with the meat tray heroes, which makes sense in terms of keeping herself protected. But she was more strategic than most of them, and much more flexible in terms of working with others as well. This allowed her to make moves and stick around while being seen as less of a threat than any of the rest of them. At various times, she worked with people on the opposite side, including George, Haley, and Liz. She was willing to do whatever it took to move forward in the game and was smart enough to identify moves being made by others. The problem was that even as she worked with others, they were working against her. As she said in Tribal Council, she came into the merge with a majority alliance that wasn't real. She found some cracks in the other alliance, but then things solidified against her. As Nina told Simon last week, everyone kept claiming they wanted to target George, but it never happened because they were actually working with him. George had given himself 2 different final 3 options, and she was on the side he didn't choose. She was much more of a threat to win if she made it to the end. In fact, out of the others, she was the only threat against George at the end. She was smart, had a good social game, and had friends on the jury. While George might have still beaten her at the end, it was a risk he couldn't take. And that is why Nina lost.